Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over a full new walkthrough, new beginner's player's guide to Path of Exile Scourge. So let's go ahead and just get started. And I first off want to say that this guide is going to be able to let you play through most of the classes here. There are kind of more niche things in the game, but this guide is more so a walkthrough for a brand new beginner's guide to Path of Exile versus more so a build guide. But you can follow this build guide if you want to. Let's go ahead and create a new character. Obviously, that's going to be the first thing that you're going to want to do. Now, what you want to select is Scourge League, and don't select hardcore, especially if it's your first time playing the game. This is going to be like the new season. This is where the new content is going to be. So you want to select Scourge League. If you're wondering what solo self-found is, that's where you cannot interact with other players and trade. It makes it much more difficult. We will be doing Trade League. So what character class do you want to choose? Now, this is totally up to you. If you want to follow along, I will be rolling a Ranger, and then we're going to be going Deadeye or Raider. Basically, we're going to start off on Deadeye, then go Raider once we get like the better gear that's kind of more expensive towards the end game to get what's called Spell Suppression, which is actually new in the league. Now, feel free to select whatever class that you want, although some of the skills and starting locations on the tree may differ. So feel free to select whatever class that you want to, but just note that just because this character is holding a hammer does not mean he's melee only. You can make a cool accuracy stacking build. You can do a lot of things in this game that normal games would not let you do. What I want to go in first and show off is actually two different playstyles, as well as the playstyle that we are going to be going for in this part of our playthrough. So this first one over here is going to be a build that I built previously. This is going to be an Eye of Winter build. I'm showing you guys some of the endgame content with the last league, which was Expedition. This is Eye of Winter. If you've played Diablo, it's kind of like Frozen Orb. You throw a giant orb and it just kind of deletes everything. It shoots out a bunch of projectiles. It's really fun to play. Here's just some more gameplay of it. It's a really great boss killer. It's totally up to you in terms of like what you want to play, and I'll link those in the pinned comment in case any of you guys prefer this sort of playstyle. This is a different build. I'm just going to go ahead and link it. Keep in mind, some of these might be a little bit older, so certain things may have been buffed and nerfed, but you can run this perfectly fine. It's not like it's not going to be able to be ran. And like I said, the full guide on this one is already available over on my YouTube channel. So this is what's called Eye of Winter, and I rolled an Elementalist for it. This build over here is going to be a Cyclone build that I ran a Berserker. So basically, if you like Whirlwind and Diablo, you like the spin to win kind of moves where you just hold down the button and you just mow down everything. That's kind of what this play style is. And again, that will be linked down below as well. Now, the newer thing that I'm going to be playing this league is what is called Tornado Shot. Let me actually just pull this one up because I actually had to just record this one. This guide isn't out yet because this league just came out. So I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick so you guys can kind of see what this build can do. So it's a tornado shot, but it's a tornado shot. So what we're doing is using the new skill, which just came out today, which is called Tornado. And how it works is a tornado will come out. You can slam a bunch of projectiles into it. You have 1.5 seconds to basically get up to 20 hits into it. Then it's going to deal that amount of damage over 4 seconds, every 0.25 seconds at 200% of the damage that you dealt. So you throw it down, and then it's going to do massive amounts of damage. We're also going to be stacking what's called Brittle, and that's going to give us a huge chance to crit. Basically, we're going to end up with a 100% chance to crit. We only need to achieve 10 Brittle to do it, depending on our weapon. It's anywhere from like 10 to 12, depending on our weapon, because it rolls with extra base crit. So this is the one that we are going to be doing for the gameplay. Let me just kind of fast forward it. You can see the stacks of Brittle, which is the most important thing. Oh, it's really fast over here. But you will see that the bosses more than likely will be at anywhere from 10 to like 14% brittle. 15% is the max that you can get, and it's based off of the damage that you deal. Hopefully we'll be able to see it in this one. Oh, he just popped too fast. That's the thing with certain builds that do too much damage. Let me go fast forward it, just so you guys can get an idea. What we're doing is we're shooting a arrow that kind of makes a little tornado. It's called Tornado Shot. Here we go. Here's maybe I'll zoom in. So you can see there, it's at 15% brittle, which is going to be the max amount. And that's what gives us a huge amount of crit. We also can apply other status ailments to the enemy, but it's really fun and it's really fast for the clear speed. So that is what we're going to be playing. It's going to be called a Tornado Shot build. Also want to quickly mention, if you guys are brand new to Path of Exile, which more likely you might be, a lot of people will always recommend you guys to download something called Path of Building, or download what's called a loot filter, as well as other like third-party applications. We will be using them in the video, but feel free to not download them. I don't always say that like you need to download this, because sometimes it overwhelms people, because people just want to hop in, they just want to play, and I get that. But there's just so much to explain for Path of Exile. But if you guys do want to learn how to install any of these like filters and these third-party applications that let you basically not have certain things pop up on the ground, or if you want to download Path of Building, I will have a video also pinned in the comment section below that will give you a guide that will show you all these things that we will be using. But just as a heads up, they're not required, but it will 1000% help you in your progression. But definitely check the pinned comment, as I will be putting a lot of notes that will really help out your progression in this game. I know there's so much to talk about right before we even like get into the gameplay, but again, feel free to select what you want to. But it's going to be a little bit easier if you're following this guide to just play Ranger. But if you want to play the other things that you saw, again, check the pinned comment. Those guides are already ready for you to go. But let's go ahead and we're going to call it Tornado. Oh, it's going to stand for Tornado Shot. And that's what we want to do with this build. So yeah, I'm super excited about this league too, because there's going to be new stuff in this, which I am excited to kind of check out myself. So right in the very beginning, basically this is your HP, this is your mana. I have changed some of my settings. If you guys do want to copy my settings, feel free to go ahead and do so. I basically set everything to like low so I can get maximum FPS. I will be skipping all the tutorials, but I'll explain things much faster than the game can, maybe even in an easier way. I do have what's called a loot filter, so you might hear some funny sounds. They're not built into the game. It's just so when certain items drop, it will let me know that this item has dropped. In addition to that, feel free to, again, change any of your keybinds, you know, all that good stuff. I've changed some of like the cursors, and then also when I use certain items, I have my keybinds for my skills. You'll see in the bottom right where it says like Q8E. Those are my keybinds. You're going to probably want to set up your own. So do that early on, because it's going to make your life much easier. So in the very beginning, we're going to talk to this guy. We're not going to go over all the audio in the game, but here's our first weapon that we get. We're going to eliminate this enemy, and we're going to pick up Burning Arrow and whatever he drops. So Burning Arrow we're going to put inside of our bow. What this does is makes, so now we have a skill. You'll see I like to have my attack and my move. I like to have move on Q, but again, do your own keybinds. It's totally up to you. So now we have Burning Arrow, and that's how we get skills in the game. Normally in a lot of these action RPG games, you'd have a skill. And oh, by the way, feel free to throw like this video that you're watching on YouTube on another monitor and kind of follow it side by side. A lot of people's guides in Path of Exile will be like a 10-minute video, and more than likely people won't get through the game. The reason why is A, this game is really hard, 2, it doesn't explain everything, and I kind of like that. It's kind of like how old the games were. It kind of just throws you in and says, hey, go ahead and play. So you'll see over on the bottom left, that's our HP. When you run out of it, you die. Unless you are doing some like really weird build. There's like builds that you can have certain things cast on death, but it's kind of more of these like weird, obscure things that you can do in Path of Exile. But kill some of the enemies. You don't have to kill all of them, but if they drop any like pieces of gear, click on them. It should have auto like equip. So we have a mana potion. You use it, it gives you mana. And so they're not on a cooldown. How it works is when you kill enemies, that's how you refill your flasks, which are these little things in the bottom, which are like your mana potions, your health potions, and your potions to make things maybe make you go faster or modify certain things. We're going to be coming up to a boss over here. Got a transmutation, and we'll show you guys everything. It's going to be like the full guide here. It's going to be several hours long, and I know it might sound a little bit overwhelming, but I promise you it is worth watching. I've made several guides across multiple different leagues, and all the time when I'm streaming, and this one right now I'm not streaming, but I will eventually start streaming these as playthroughs, because I just want to get the first part up as fast as possible here. But so many of you guys always come in and say thank you so much for your guide. It really helped me out, because I always wanted to play this game, but it was so overwhelming and I couldn't follow a guide. This is a full walkthrough. And if you don't watch my guide, watch someone else's, because this game is absolutely amazing and you need someone to hold your hand. If you don't have a friend that's familiar with the game giving you the advice, it's going to be very rough. So feel free to pick up all the things in the very beginning, because they're worth basically these small scrolls of wisdom, which can identify items. for you. So if you want to equip an item in this game, all you have to do is like put it over, and don't feel like I always have to use a bow, or if you find a new skill that you like, feel free to mess around with it. But I would say try to stick with using a bow, because I will let you guys pick multiple different skills and it'll still be viable, but it might be a little bit rough to like just go melee because you won't have the advice that you need, unless you want to follow my melee guide, which again is in the pinned comment. So we will do this medicine chest quest, okay, as it will give us a Quicksilver Flask, which will let us move a little faster. So we just got this Pierce support gem. The reason why I don't put it in the very beginning is because it costs more mana, and then basically in the very beginnings of the game, mana kind of matters, and towards the end of the game, it really doesn't matter. You can get minus mana cost to skills and stuff. But see how these are linked? Like there's one over here, and there's one over here, and there's a little like gold line in between. That means now Burning Arrow will have a Pierce support. We have active skill gems, and then we have support skill gem. So the active gem is the actual skill, and the support gem modifies the skill in some way. Now in terms of the passive tree, we will be respecking. I like to go this route first because this route over here got nerfed. It used to give you a lot more health, but they've changed it. But you still get a decent amount of health now. In fact, you get a nice little buff. We're going to be rushing and grabbing this relatively early on. And I like to get Mana Leech early on too because it makes the game feel better, and attack speed. But feel free to kind of go slightly in the same route. We have Split Arrow, which can fire additional arrows. We have Ice Shot, which is really fun. We have Frost Blades, Galvanic Arrow, Caustic Arrow. I like Ice Shot because it fires in a cone, and it also is another form of a defensive mechanic. So instead of Burning Arrow, now I'm going to be using the Ice Shot. So feel free to keep your Burning Arrow if you want to. Heck, you can throw it on something else and just level that up. So in this game, you cannot equip unidentified items, so I'm going to identify that. We got something that has some stats on it. But I picked up a lot of these items that I won't be actually using, so I'm going to sell them to the vendor. You only really do this in the very, very beginning to get what's called a Scroll of Wisdom to identify your items. Later down the line, you won't be doing this for Scrolls of Wisdom. Wait, this one has, okay, this one, see how there's 3 sockets in it? That's kind of cool, but they're not linked, so it doesn't really help us out too much. We're going to go purchase items, and we'll see if we can get a Iron Ring. And look, we have 3 Scrolls of Wisdom. We can get an Iron Ring. What the Iron Ring will do is just give us a little bit more damage. If you want to see your stats, I believe it's C by default. I can go into, let me move my face out of the way for this. So you can see how much damage our normal attack does, and then Ice Shot, we have 30 damage, so it does more damage. And then on top of that, if I unequip the ring, it modifies it in real time. It's an easy way for you to kind of see how much damage you're doing. It is accurate most of the time. I say most of the time because there's weird interactions in the game where it won't be accurate. So next up, we're going to go and move into the coast. So the first beginning part is just you just kill Hillock, you enter the town, and now, talk to the last die. Okay, so this is a new mechanic. I don't actually know about this because it's the new season. This is the new content here.
There's no time.
I'm not going to go over the audio, but I kind of know how this works already because I've been following the game for a while, and I checked all the forum posts and stuff. So what this does is you put it in here, and you place an item into the Crucible, and it's going to transform the item once we absorb enough corruption. I don't know if we actually need to have an item in there. Can I just throw this in here, actually? So, okay, so we're going to absorb corruption to fuel the Crucible. So this is something new, and it's going to be awesome. And when you equip a new skill, you're probably going to have to re-keybind it. Also, want to quickly mention that in this game, in the first few days, it may be a little bit laggy. That's kind of normal on every single league start. It's unfortunate, but so far it's pretty decent. But if you get like disconnected, don't think that like your computer can't handle this game. The first few days are rough. And another important thing, when you see this pop up, we can level up our gems. What leveling up the gem does is usually it increases the damage, maybe the duration, however the gem works. And it's overall going to be a benefit for you 99% of the time. However, there are certain instances where you do not want to upgrade a skill usually because of the mana cost. Sometimes it's because of the duration or the interaction between multiple different skills. And look for items that have multiple links. Like this one has a link of a red and a green. So right now I'm using the Pierce support, so it can go through like a target, so it goes through. How Ice Shot works is it hits in a cone behind the enemy. So what I try to do to min-max is kind of walk a little bit, and then I just shoot. So then they're kind of like clumped up. Oh wait, okay. So now I get to kill the enemies. Okay, so this is how this activates. So these enemies are going to be more than likely pretty hard. Also, if you do die while playing this game, don't worry. This game is not easy at all. But like, these could be kind of difficult in the very beginning to actually be able to complete the content, as your character simply just doesn't have like the stats. So let's go and check out this new item that we just kind of... Okay, so we have to absorb more corruption. Okay, so does an item have to be in here to absorb the corruption? So right now... Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. So maybe we only get the absorption. Does it show? Okay, so we have 200. So how this works is we're going to basically corrupt all of our items in the game. And what that does is makes it so we cannot modify the item by normal means. Usually require like a Vol Orb or something like that. But we're just here to progress a little bit. So there's two different areas. There's the mud flats, and if you hit, I don't know what the default key is. It might be U for like the quest. You can see the different locations of where we can go. So this one's telling me beach on the tidal island. I'm gonna try to look for that because I want to do the medicine chest quest, because it will grant us a Quicksilver flask, which is a new flask that will give us more speed. So it's gonna make us faster. So yeah, we're gonna go to the tidal island. We leveled up again.
Wait a bit longer for this meal.
So I guess how it works is you fill up this thing, and then you can put in the corruption like blood into the item, which is kind of cool. And if you see an item that's linked green, red, and blue, pick that up. I'll kind of mention it. I have a filter on that will like kind of take out some of the items, although right now it's like not on a strict filter, so we'll see most of the items on the ground. But yeah, it helps more so later in the game. Okay, so next we're just gonna go right over here. Feel free to go this route if you want to. Later we will go through this route, but in the very beginning I like to get attack speed because it makes the game just feel way better. Just getting like 25% attack speed, or just getting it multiple attacks per second. I like to get like 3 attacks per second because, again, it just makes the game feel good. All right, so let's try... Oh, well, let's kill this guy first because this guy might be a little difficult. And I'm actually curious to see if this blood thing resets on each area. Now, I don't think we have any portal scrolls. So this guy is a little bit tougher. Basically, we shoot once, move, otherwise he might hit us. There's going to be more mechanics later down the line in the game. Let's see if we have anything good over here. So this one, it does grant us armor. Armor will reduce damage. Energy shield's just flat extra. It's almost like health in a sense, but it's not considered health. Here's one of the items I was talking about where it's green, red, and blue, and they're all linked to each other. Now we also got a portal scroll. We can go back. Actually, I kind of want to do this mechanic. I want to see if traveling in between different areas resets the blood. This is, again, something new that I wouldn't be able to know about because it just came out today. Because some league mechanics, which is what they're called, like basically the new season of the game, they will reset on different areas. Basically, each area has their own. I want to see if this changes the bar. Oh, it does. Okay, so each instance has its own area. Okay. Also, you can hold control and click, and you can reset the instance, and you would just click on, like, you would hit new, and it would just make a new area of the same area, or refresh the monsters, basically. So, since this is already filled up, I'm going to... Oh, do I even... Oh, I probably should put an item in there, but I want to see what actually happens when you don't have an item. So, this is supposed to make the enemies harder, but, like, there could be better drops. There could be drops that only happen here. We probably won't kill that many enemies because, again, it's like the very early stages of the game. I got a mana flask, that's nice. A medium one. Okay. So another thing that you can do to save on portal scrolls, I'm going to see what happens at the very end. So what happens at the very end if you don't? Is it just wasted? Okay. I was just curious. Basically, that was a waste. You would normally want to put an item and then go into like the other blood crucible world, or the nightmare world, I think is what it's called. But I also want to show you guys a very good tip. So these are called waypoints. If you play Diablo, it's the same mechanic. You click on it and it'll allow you to access it. Let me move my face out of the way real quick. So you can click on here and you can go right back into town, and I can go right back into here. An easy way to save on portal scrolls early on, if you want to, is you can just leave the game and come right back. And unless the servers are having a lot of issues, I think it's a great choice. So I'm going to grab this Quicksilver Flask. It'll just let us move a little faster. And now we can get Chance to Poison. We can get Onslaught support. We can get Mirage Archer support. I'm going to grab... I'm actually going to get both of them. We can get Volley. It's a nice skill to basically clear up content a lot faster. I do want both of them, so I do want 3 green. But if I want to purchase another gem, I can purchase some of them via just using these Scrolls of Wisdom. I don't have any right now, so if I sell some of these items that we picked up, hopefully we can get another Scroll of Wisdom. There we go. Again, I just do that in the very, very, very beginning because it makes things much easier. So I do want to also pick up the Mirage Archer, and I want to level this up. While I can't use it linked right now because I don't have the level, I will have to wait for it. I actually don't need that gem as well. But this we have to be level 4 for, so we're going to go continue. I'm going to go to the Mud Flats now and get the next quest completed. So go back to the coast, and now we have access to going to the Mud Flats. And it should be nearby. Oh, another thing I should mention, your map might not be exactly the same as mine. It kind of varies. It's an action RPG. It's kind of how these games work. There's like basically a random map generator. But some areas are very similar, but don't worry, we're going to be going a lot faster in the game later on. The beginning of the game is always the slowest. It's kind of like that for every action RPG. But pick up any of the medium mana flask or medium life flasks that you find, as they're going to be better than the small ones that they start you out with. So in this area, what your goal is to do is to get these glyphs. They're like these little seashells. And the thing that I like with coal is it's actually another form of defense. The reason why is because you can freeze the enemies, you can chill the enemies, which makes them a lot slower. So you'll see that there's these exclamation marks on the map. Those are the things that you want to go towards. So Ice Shot is leveling up. Level up Ice Shot, we're going to level that up to 20. We can actually get Lightning Arrow too. Lightning Arrow is really fun. I'm going to be speccing out for Ice for late game. Early game, feel free to do what you want, but the reason why I like Ice in late game is because you get something called Brittle, and Brittle gives you insane amounts of crit. So now that this thing's all filled up, I want to put this back in this. So I have to open up this, put the ring in here, and then we go into the other nightmare world. Probably should have put in my skill point first. There's another one of those red, green, blue. I want to pick this up. So these areas will definitely be harder. So like I said, and I'll probably mention it several times, it's okay if you die. You don't suck at this game. If it's your first time, because this game is a lot harder than most action RPGs. Especially in the very beginning. But later on, it'll be fine. So now, we're going to check out what our... okay, so now we almost have it corrupt, the corruption. So I guess normally you just want like kind of what's called the incubating an item kind of. It probably is like the correct term for it. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, this is like the same. I don't really need it. Do we have 2 of the seashells. We need like 1 more, I believe. And now we can use this. Okay, this is going to be awesome. So instead of that pierce support, I'm going to use volley. And now watch my Ice Shot. I get 3 instead of 1. Or I could throw in this Mirage Archer support that I just got, and watch when I shoot, there's going to be a thing that goes above my head, and I could just walk, and it just shoots for me. It's very nice. I would like to get both of them, not only getting the Mirage Archer, but also getting the... oh, I think... Is that the... No, it's probably... The next quest marker is probably around here somewhere. Sometimes you have to get kind of close, and then it'll reveal kind of where the next quest marker is. But Mirage Archer is nice because I can just walk. I can hit things once and then walk away, and it kind of gets the job done for me. And then we'll also throw in one of these so you can see what the Quicksilver Flask does. And yeah, we'll have to re-put in the item. I wish we could incubate an item that we have equipped. That would be kind of nice as a quality of life, so I don't have to unequip it because that's the item that I want to like upgrade. All right, here's where the next seashell is. And we go right over to here. So the Mirage Archer does have a duration, so I'm gonna put this thing in. Can I do this? There we go. And then we activate this again. The key to Path of Exile is really just moving a lot. And that will really help out.
That's nature for you.
Alright, let's see if we've got our corruption level high enough. So you'll see that green flask when I hit number 3, it's going to let me move faster. It gives me 40% increased movement speed, which is huge in the very beginning. That's why I like doing that medicine chest quest.
My mana is gone.
It is an optional quest. I will show you guys all of the important quests. I will do some of the optional quests because it does grant us like a certain thing that's really nice for progression in the game. So let me go ahead and open up the inventory. Do we have a high enough level? Oh, it needs literally 3 more. That's so unlucky. Maybe we can kill... no, we're going to have to zone to the next area. I'll just not equip it, and then we'll get to the next area. I do want it because it gives me the extra damage, which is quite nice. Oh, like I said before, since I want to upgrade this, volley support, I can throw it in, even though I'm not using the skill, as long as it's equipped in something, we will be able to increase the level of the gem. Well, basically getting more XP on it is the key here. And then we will be doing a quest called Dweller in the Deep, and that will grant us an extra skill point. Like I said, we'll do all of the important quests. Pick up all the items that, I think for default, it should be good gold looking. You can hold Alt. Like this item doesn't appear in my loot filter, but if I hold Alt, or if I hit Z, I can make items appear and disappear. I'm not sure what the exact default key is, but go check in the thing. It'll say like show items on the options. Okay, so we'll kill this. Ooh, I couldn't move. So sometimes you will die. A lot of times it'll come down to being frozen, or you'll be like chilled. And don't worry if you die in the very beginning. Like it's totally fine. Even for me, and I've played like thousands of hours in this game, freeze will get you killed a lot of times, and that's normal. Later we'll be immune to freeze. It's actually really easy to get immunity to freeze, but if you die, it is totally fine. In the very beginning, you have really nothing to lose. Later in the game, you don't want to really be dying, but that's fine because we'll get more defenses. But you can see, like, our penalty for dying wasn't really, like, that bad at all. We had to move back a little bit. Got some blue boots. But sometimes it comes down to RNG as well. Like, our character will be stacking evasion. And the key is to like shoot once, then move, shoot once, and move. That will really help out with survivability. So now I want to go ahead and activate that crucible. And we'll be able to see what the corruption does to the item. Oh, we got a quiver finally, nice. We got kind of cornered over there. It's good that we had the thing actually end. So now we have a quiver. It's going to give us extra damage. But I think now is the first time we'll get this upgraded. Oh, okay, so now we can click on transform. I know you guys can't see it because my face is blocking it, so I'll move my face out of the way. We're going to hit transform. Boom! Wow. We lose global defense, but we get extra cast speed, maximum life, mana regen. Okay. So we have it now corrupted. That's cool. And so when the item's corrupted, that means you can't modify it via normal means, but that's kind of cool. So that, what was the bonus again? Rarity. Okay, so like that's something I wouldn't really want. For the downside. The downside is probably too big of a downside. Especially early on. There we go, we have another upgraded flask. We'll get more life later. I just want to get that attack speed up early. Grab this portal scroll. So when you die, you'll go to the nearest like waypoint or entrance, usually. In the very beginning, it's basically at the entrance.
I give you to the earth.
Under the enemy's HP, you'll see the amount of chill that's on the enemy. Oh, cool. We have another quiver that we can maybe put in the incubator. This one, it gives us accuracy rating, which in the very beginning, I don't really care about too much because I can just get precision, and that will really help out with the accuracy. Nice, we get a nice new little ring. Maybe I can incubate that ring, as that will grant us a lot of life. So this ring is unidentified. We'll identify it. More max life. So that's a decent amount of life. We can trade it for this ring right now, and then we can put this one in the Crucible, and we'll see what that ring rolls. Right now I'm trying to get a... Oh, you know what? We can actually do this. And we'll also get Vitality, which will actually help our character out a lot. I probably should have picked that up before, but I didn't think we would die, to be honest. But it's like I said, it's 100% okay if you die, especially if you get frozen, because you're not going to have freeze, like, immunity in the very beginning, for the most part.
My mana is gone.
Okay. Volley's leveled up as well. That's good. We should also equip the other potion here. Alright. Where's the medium flask? Okay. And when you equip a new flask, it won't come like fully charged. You're gonna have to recharge it up. So we're just gonna get some damage. We're gonna get some extra HP. We're gonna kind of go down here and get some more cold damage. And we can get elemental damage. I actually really like the lightning arrow. I feel like that one scales really nice in the very beginning. But we can get that actually very soon. We need to go to one layer under here. So if you see this area, the ledge, that's where you don't go yet. We will go there, but not right now. We're going to get the extra skill point first. So sometimes with any action RPG, you just have to go to the right area. Okay, we've got another skill point. Let's go ahead and go get this. We're going to get extra damage here. That should really help out. And we can also just activate this. Might as well. Since I believe we can still kind of progress in the game. Right? But yeah, lightning arrow will be kind of nice. I might actually just go straight for lightning arrow. Oh, we actually have skill points that we have too. Oh, I can't wait to see what we can put in. Okay, so we have a Scourge skill point. Okay, this is a new mechanic too. Awesome. So we have absorbing more corruption. I definitely want to do quivers. So do we have to... Oh, we have to allocate skill points. So don't worry too much about this, as from what they said is you can get all of these eventually. They're just going to eventually just keep on getting XP on this. I want to do jewelry corruption. Yeah, because the reason why is because like I kind of want to maybe modify some of these. What is it? There's armor. There's technically more armor slots, right, than any other slot. But the rings in the very beginning, it's hard to get rings, so I probably would rather just choose rings. Feel free to choose what you want. It doesn't really matter too much, as like I said before, you should be able to get all of the points. But yeah, towards the end of the game, we will be going Tornado Shot, not Ice Shot, but we still want to scale cold damage, as it's really nice to have. Oh, there's some boots over here. So I should probably explain what the different types of defenses are. So Energy Shield is kind of like health, but it does the damage to the shield before your health. Unless it's a certain type of damage, then it could bypass it. Looks like we gotta go over here. Well, it could be over here too. My guess is it's over here. Let's just activate this also. These enemies are a lot faster. That guy's pretty tanky, honestly. Okay, and... go. We got Ice Shot leveling up again. Alright, now let's go to the Flooded Depths. So this is where we actually need to go for the skill point quest. Looks like we got something else too. Oh, oh, we can transform it now. It lets us know. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, my bad. I forgot to put my cam back on. Oh, wait, so we lose cold resistance. We gain extra massive mana, extra fire damage. I'll take that. I actually just prefer just getting all my damage in. Like I said, I really don't care to die, and we're not playing hardcore, and like the penalty for dying in the very game does not really matter. But getting the damage in, that's going to be tied to our clear speed and how fast we progress. The first act is always going to be the longest in terms of like how long that play session is. Ooh, we got frozen. And we also kind of got hit stun right there, but we can just reset at the checkpoint. It's no big deal. I know for some people, they're like, oh, I don't want to die in the very beginning, but like their clear speed is so slow that like, even if you would have died 3 times, it's faster sometimes. Like I said, it's just because we're getting hit pretty hard. We're not scaling HP in the very beginning, and I don't have the cold res. And when we take lots of cold damage, when we get frozen or chilled, it just affects our movement speed. And there's also like your hit recovery rate. If you played like Diablo 1, it can get pretty rough. Almost filled up with this thing. Nice. A nice little rustic sash, so it gets more damage. Okay, oh good. So we have another skill point. Okay, we got him down. And then we're gonna get some extra life, and this will help out quite a bit actually. So now we can actually just what's our item in the crucible right now? I believe we don't have any items. I kind of want to put this quiver in here because I want to see like what we can get with it. So unfortunately, like I said, I wish you could have the item equipped and it would work with it, but it's not how it works. So we actually kind of lose damage for a little bit. It's not very much, but it all adds up at the very, very, very beginning. There's like no enemies. I wonder if this also changes our magifying. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Oh, wait. Wish this was the same button. So yeah, we still got a while to go on this one. So here's where the boss will spawn in. I think right about here. Here we go, the Dweller of the Deep. And also you can look at the top right, and right now we are level 8. And it says on the top right, like, what the level is on the area. So again, you just want to shoot, move, and it'll make your life real easy. Especially since I like to scale a lot of damage in the very beginning. We'll get defenses more so towards the end when it matters more, I'd say. Okay, so now we can talk to that guy for our reward. We have another new bow. Let me just drop some other things like, we'll drop that. And I can throw this bow inside of the crucible. So now that we're done with this, we can go back to town, like by going to the waypoint, or I could do this and go to character selection screen, and I'm going to select Scourge, so it only shows the Scourge league, so you don't see my other characters that I've leveled up in previous leagues. So this lets us get back to town real easy. And then now we can talk to him, and he's going to give us the option to get another gem. So I can get Shrapnel Ballista. I'm going to select this one. And then I can get Dash also from the Medicine Quest chest, and another skill point. So I try to complete all of them at once, but you can get Dash earlier if you want. What I want to get is more items with the green sockets. I definitely want to throw in Dash right now. Kind of want to level up Volley as well. Let's see what this does first. So we'll go on this item. We got Crit Strike Multiplier, 6 to 16. Hey, that's more damage than what we have right now. So let's go ahead and swap that in and out. Bam, we're good. And then with this item, let's go identify it. Maybe it's better. It gives us extra life regen, extra strength. Strength technically gives us more life. We would lose out on being able to level this up. But is it worth it? It's like, okay. It's actually not that bad at all. But you have to decide for yourself what you actually prefer. I'd rather level up the volley support for the most part. And also, sometimes when you sell like certain rarity of items, it'll change what the outcome is. I'm going to see if I can get movement speed. If I get any movement speed, I'm going to like prioritize taking that. Don't feel like you have to identify all the items, by the way. Sometimes it's like not worth it.
Hello.
But let's see if we can get a new gem. We can get Lightning. We can get... Oh, no, wait. We can't get that one yet. So you can select new gems if you want to. Like, we can mouse over, see if there's any ones that like I'd be interested in. I really do like getting Steel Skin. It's a nice little big buff that we can get for our character. I'm gonna throw Steel Skin over here. So what Steel Skin does is it absorbs damage for us, and we can also check for, I don't know, I'm gonna go to, we got a complete, Vitality is the Caged Brute, so we'll have to complete more quests to get that one. So let's go ahead and progress, and we will go to the next area. So we'll go back to the Submerged Passage, and we'll have our area kind of completed already. And now I have that dash. I'm going to throw that on W. And what dash lets us do is it lets us dash forward a little bit. But later we'll also get added cold damage, so we'll get a lot more damage very, very soon. We'll pop our flasks, we move a little faster. And we're just going to progress. I knew it was there. Usually, like, you'll know by the little orange thing. Sometimes it doesn't show up, though. But now we're going to the ledge, and we're going to progress more. But later, we're going to get a lot more Quicksilver flasks. We'll go faster. So with the Steel Skin, you can pop it at any time. You can actually set it to your left click, so when you just move, it's just going to automatically cast it. Early on, the mana can be kind of a little bit of a rough thing to maintain. But if I had this, I probably wouldn't have died. I tried to just go a little bit faster by getting things later, which is totally optional as well. I mean, it's not necessarily that we're speedrunning the game, but I try to be as efficient as possible when going back to town. I try not to go back to town very often. Unless there's like a really good upgrade. Oh, we got a Coral Amulet that's going to regenerate life. It's going to be nice. I'm going to throw that in the Crucible, actually. When we get the chance to do it. We'll kill this guy first. What I like with this little Mirage Archer is it lets me like do things, and I can just have it automatically kill stuff. Maybe I should have kept the other one while I was leveling this one. Oh, wait, we have this Ballista. I'm going to throw this in right now, too, so you guys can see this, because it's another cool skill. So let's go ahead and actually activate this. Now we have these Shrapnel Ballistas. They'll do some damage. They'll help us kind of clean content up a little faster. They're like little turrets that we throw down. And as we upgrade, you can see we're already getting a little bit faster with our progression here. There's the waypoint over there. Nice. So let's go ahead and open up the inventory. Okay, so we need basically one more, and then we will have it upgrade, and then we'll do the amulet, I think, next. Oh, does it have 2 greens? All right. What's our current one? Our current one, I do want Steel Skin somewhere, so I'm just going to throw it here. This one gives us evasion and energy shield, gives us 2 extra. You can also hold Alt to see the item level. Usually the higher the item level, it's usually better, but feel free if you pick up any new skills, like this is a blue, to just try it out. Like, if I wanted to use Kinetic Bolt, it may require you to use a very specific one. So it says fire projectile from a wand, which means it does require a wand. Certain things will be like a bow or sword, axe. So it varies. I'm not gonna like actually use this one because I don't have a wand, but maybe if I pick up a wand, I'll show you guys what it looks like.
I'm not up to that just yet.
So now I can kind of throw these down and just move. I like getting the ballistas. It makes it so much like faster. So what I'm trying to do now is like I shoot, activate my Mirage Archer, then I have these little siege ballistas. Activate as well. Okay, now we can go throw this back in, and then what is it, V? You can change the hotkey on that too, so. So our timer is that little like blood thing that's running out. Oh, also, by the way, you can only have 3 of the turrets. Whoa, this is getting like pretty extreme for like difficulty. There's just summoned a bunch of them. But yeah, the turrets also have HP, so it significantly increases our survivability also. So now we have another skill point, and I think that the thing is transformed. I can transform it. Reduced attack speed. Oh, that's terrible, but what's the benefit? Increase elemental damage. Oof, I really don't like that like downside. That's a no fun modifier. I could just like increase my, how much? 15 reduced attack speed. That's like huge for reduction. I mean, there's a benefit and there's a downside to it. Usually you just make it so the downside doesn't matter. Like maybe the downside of cold resistance doesn't matter because I'll have like too much of it. The global defenses, I'd say, are almost always going to be negative unless you're playing something really weird. So there could be a time where like it's bad, right? And so you'd say, oh, I don't want to use this item anymore. However, you can actually corrupt it again. Oh wait, so this is. I'll use this one for now, and I'm going to re-corrupt this one. So I'm going to throw. I think you can do it up to 3 times. So it's basically like getting 3 rolls on the item, which is actually pretty big in this game. All right, so let's throw down some of our siege, or not siege ballista, shrapnel ballista. There's another one that we'll get later. This guy's pretty tanky though. He hits hard too. You can also shock. You see over in the top left, like the debuffs. Shock will make us take more damage. It's one of the more dangerous ones, I would say. I mean, freeze is the most dangerous, but you can get immunity to freeze real easy. We'll see if this armor is going to be any better. We get extra life on it. Sure, I'll take that. Anything with like extra life is going to be pretty nice in the very beginning. Let's throw on that again. Oh, we have another skill point. And we have another crucible point. But always make sure you have an item when you're doing this. I'm guessing that drops can be better in here. Wait, was that? Oh, that was the item we just dropped. Armor scrap. Pick up all the armor scraps and the whetstones. We'll kind of use those later down the line, because the items in the very beginning don't scale very well with them, as it increases like the flat stats on the like maybe the damage or like the armor or evasion. Okay, so I actually should explain this. So the different types of defenses. So you have the energy shield, which is taken before your HP. You have the evasion, and what evasion does is make so you just don't take the damage at all. And then you have armor, which reduces the damage from physical. Elemental resistances, everyone pretty much gets 75 resistances as like the cap in the game. You can actually increase it further, but that's like the basic gist of it. Okay, so do I have? Okay, I can put steel skin over here, and this gives me armor and evasion, so it's just going to be a nice little benefit. Actually, there's another green socket, so we can throw in that volley support, so we can level that up. So we get a 3 socket, 3 linked item. We can use it. We're not still check in town later after maybe we get the next waypoint to go and do that. I'm going to throw some of these down, throw in another node for life, then we're going to get some more attack speed. Alright, so I'm going to go back to town real quick, see if we can see a 3 socket bow maybe that has good stats. I mean, this one doesn't really have too much right now, but it's not bad.
Stay sharp.
So let's go to purchase items. So you can see there's a 3 link, but it's not the colors that we want. So it's kind of random if you're going to get the colors that you want. And it doesn't always have to be like on a chess piece. It can be in different locations as well. I do kind of want to get that because like it would let me throw in like the shrapnel plus another modifier on the shrapnel if I wanted it. But I don't see... there's a 3 link. It does happen to have a red. I mean, this one doesn't really... Well, we definitely need dash on something. But unfortunately, we do not see a 3 linked
Stay sharp out there.
But I can probably just throw in lots of these iron rings. In fact, I'm probably just going to keep on doing that because they are relatively cheap. Or an amulet. I want to get the amulet. Gives us extra dexterity. This could be good. There's also amulets that can give you mana regen, which is kind of nice in the very beginning. I'm just going to pick up this one because it's cheap. 29 dex. And that will also help us out a little bit. So I'll pick up this, and then I'm going to grab 1 ring, and I'll use that to basically throw in the crucible. Actually, I can get one of these. It's kind of maybe a... What, can I transmute anything good? I should show you guys how this works over buying that. So let me show you how this works. So you see how this item is white? I can convert it to a blue item. Let's see if I have anything that's actually like good. Not really. So I'm going to convert this item to a blue item by using this transmutation. Normally you wouldn't do this, but I'm just showing you for example. Now if I want to change the colors on it, right? So it has armor and evasion, so that means a high chance for red and a high chance for green. So if I use this chromatic orb, which it's probably not really worth it to do this, but I'm going to do it just for the sake of example. Actually, I'm going to do it on this one. The reason why is because it just has evasion, so there's a higher chance that it would be all green. So I'm going to try to maybe hit. If I'm lucky, I will get multiple greens on it. 3 greens. The luck, man. The luck is real. All right. So now I got that volley support, I got the Mirage Archer support, and I got the Ice Shot all linked into one. Now I'm going to take that Siege Ballista, or Shrapnel Ballista, throw that in here, and then I'm going to purchase anything that can be used with it. So you'll see that there's a little check mark. I'm also going to type in sup for support, and I can see what works well with it. So this would work with Shrapnel Ballista and Ice Shot, and it'll tell you what it will and won't work with. So we have Ancestral Call, and that one doesn't work with it. We have Volley support, which can work with the Shrapnel Ballista, but it is going to cost more mana. Let's go with we can do Onslaught, which will, I believe the Onslaught will actually work on that, not ourselves, but we're gonna test it out. So now we'll go right back in and keep on going. So some quests we won't be doing, and the reason why we don't do some quests in the game is because the quests don't grant us anything. So now I have the triple arrow, and that also works with the Mirage Archer. He will also be shooting out triple. So Onslaught is a nice little buff. I'm gonna get a large life flask. I'm just gonna activate this as soon as it comes up. Versus letting it go up all the way. I don't know what's actually better though. That doesn't last long at all if you just do it on the first one. Just notice that. But also, like, one thing that you also have to keep in mind is the next zone basically deletes what you've progressed with. So use Steel Skin when you feel like you're about to die. I wouldn't just recommend just keep on using it. You could just set it to left click if you want to later and it's fine. But in the very beginning, mana's kind of rough. So I love this thing because it just shoots for me. That feels so good. It's a little auto caster. Oh wow, these guys be very careful. Last league they like deleted a lot of people. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna nerf them. They hit too hard. Like, see how I was really low right there? Then I activated it? Yeah. This guy can hit pretty hard. Especially if you get ignited, which is just a damage over time. Okay, we got a new bow. Nice. And we can talk to her.
My mana is gone.
That's a superior short bow. Okay, so right now in the Crucible, what is this? Is it? It says Scourge tier 1. Can it not be upgraded to? So maybe you can only do tier 1 right now, and to get the higher tiers, my guess is you have to upgrade that. But I'm not positive. I'm gonna test this out. Well, we're getting to the end of this area. So I don't think the monsters just keep on spawning. I guess how it works is there's a certain amount. I don't think they pop out of this little, like, crater thing. Okay. We can talk to Navali. But, what did we get? Do we have scrolls? Okay, so I want to identify this. Let's see. Oh, that's actually pretty good. It's plus level of socketed bow gems. But it doesn't have the links, so it kind of hurts us in a sense. But it's more damage than this one, so we'll swap it with this. And that was a 60-17. It's like pretty close. I can throw that in the Crucible. I want to see. So I guess you can't. Once it's like there, it's kind of there. Well, we'll upgrade this one because this quiver. I really don't like the downsides on it right now. So we can throw that in there so we can still level that up if I want to. Throw that on the ground. And don't worry too much about selling like the items. It's only like the very, very beginning, which was what we were just doing previously.
There's no justice in a place like this.
Okay, so now we are in the lower prison. And there's going to be these things called Trial of Ascendencies. And we're going to be doing all of those, and I'll show you guys how to do them, and therefore the ability to ascend your class to make it even stronger. Oh, we have another skill point. Awesome. For this, I'm doing all into jewelry. Oh, you know what? Last time I didn't hit apply. That's why. What is this? Oh, it's just a 3-link. That. We're gonna upgrade that. But yeah, once we finish Cage Brute, we can get a lot more stuff for our character, which will be coming up very, very soon. So we have that thing inside the Crucible, right? Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, this is pretty dangerous in the very beginning.
I'm not up to that just yet.
The next area is like right here. Oh, it's weird that it kind of like changes up the world too. It's not like it's the exact same. Oh, a longbow with triple. Oh, nice. That's gonna be wonderful. So we're definitely gonna modify this. We're gonna throw that into the Crucible. I could transmute it. I mean, I'm feeling like it basically almost hits it up with like an essence, which is a thing we'll show off. But I do need to get the Trial of Ascendency done here. It might actually be to the right. Hopefully it won't be. But let's see what the... Whoops. Oh, either way, we're doing this now. Later, these Mirage Archers won't even be attached to us. It's going to be cool. It got a pretty nice buff of 50% increased duration that we can get on the tree. That's it's going to be awesome. Most people don't get it, though. But we'll see with the new buffs if people decide to get it. It's really good for clear speed, which you already have pretty good clear speed as this build. Alright. Oh, so we don't even have the corruption level like maxed out yet here. But don't feel like you have to kill every single enemy that you see, especially if you have Mirage Archer, which just kind of delete stuff as you progress. That's very nice. Oh, wait, you know what? I see it. So if you see on the minimap, there's a little book. You could also change your minimap. I've changed mine to have less clutter. If you hit tab, I probably should have explained that a long time ago. If you hit tab, it shows the minimap, and that's how you get it. I think default it or automatically has it in the top right anyways, which is still pretty helpful. But if you hit tab, it will show you. And like I said, feel free to change your controls if you'd like to. We're coming up to our first shrine, which if we activate, it gives us a nice little buff. So here is the first trial of Ascendency. It's kind of like testing your movement skills. So you click on that, and then, so this one's just Spike Trap. You just let it activate, and you just run. And then you hit this lever, and it's going to open up the door, but you're going to have to wait for this to cycle one more time. Let the spikes go by, and then you go through, on the way back. It kind of wants you to stop on each one, and that's why they put the chest there as like incentivization. You can get hit by it. It does do pretty decent amount of damage, so be a little careful on it. You can also use your movement skills too to like be faster. But then we're gonna go here, and we are going to click on the ending over here. This one's like kind of a checkered pattern, but you can dash through the little gate. Leveled up, nice, nice. Large mana flask, that'll be good. The shrapnel blisses, you kind of need to be close for them to be like good, like in terms of their range. I'm gonna throw on this. I'll get rid of these smaller life flasks. I don't really need them at this point. Swap them out. And we'll get the Trial of Ascendency completed. A portal will open up. So we're gonna need to do multiple of these, and what that's gonna allow us to do is ascend our character. So let's go ahead and go back, and we'll see if we can get the. The shrine here. Oh, nice. We can move a little bit faster now. That's great. We got a rapier. Oh, so it just dropped already corrupted. Okay. I want to pick this up, even though it's kind of wasting the time. I shouldn't see that that was there. Oh, it really changes up the map. That's pretty cool. Like the whole map is completely different. So right now, I have another skill point, but I want to try to min-max here with this time of this bonus movement speed, so really just trying to zoom, go super fast, and later we will be going super fast. Oops, went too fast, it passed the little thing here. Now we're going to the upper prison. And then now we'll put in our skill point. We got another thing that's complete, and it's ready to transform. So here's what we've got on rolls on it. We got extra fire damage, crit strike chance, maximum life, cold resist. I mean, anything is better than losing out on that massive amount of attack speed, so that's good. And then we have another passive point, and I get to throw something else in here. I want to throw this bow in here. Definitely want to throw that in. All right, so like I said, I want to get this notable, and we're going to get one of these new masteries here, which is going to be pretty cool. So we get increased freeze duration. We can make them have 25% chance to gain frenzy charge when we shatter enemy. That's when it pops when it's like frozen, and then that's gonna be cool. Curses on chilling, curses on enemies in your chilling areas have 15% increased effect. So there's lots of different little modifiers that we can do, that we can select from. But yeah, it depends on like what we get. I probably will go lightning arrow after. Because I think Lightning Arrow just has way better clear speed up until we start getting the Brittle, which would be really nice. So I'm probably just going to scale elemental damage. But I can still get that conversion of physical to cold, because I believe lightning does like 50% conversion. Right now we have 60% via Ice Shot. It's good to read the skill gem tag. Oh, we should activate this whenever that's up. I should activate it every single time it's up, because it's basically a free modifier on your item. But you can see our progression is a lot faster now, right? We're just zooming through the content. So now we have an extra Scourge point. So I'll put it in here. Apply again. And in the Crucible, what is it? We're like 700. I like it though. It's basically like corrupting all of your items. And it works on unique items, which is the most important thing. Because I like to run a lot of uniques in the very beginning. And later, we'll get into buying stuff in Act 2. Like, how do you buy stuff from other players? We'll do that very soon. Well, not in this part, but, like, next part. But yeah, Act 1 is definitely going to be always the longest in terms of, like, progression. But we're almost complete with the first act over here.
Quite sure
I'm curious, like, in this area. Because I know Brutus just kind of pops up. Will they just... Oh, there's just enemies that will just pop up. Okay. So enemies don't have to exist, and they don't, like, turn into the other ones.
My mana is gone.
There's a boss coming up. I wonder if the boss is going to be extra hard if we are in the nightmare world. There's just no enemies, though. Okay. Well, that was kind of unlucky. We got kind of reset over there because of the positioning. So I guess once you get it to tier 1, you have to put more points into it. I'm guessing it allows you to put in points into it, and then you can go tier 2, 3. That's my guess. Because I know you can go more than tier 1. But there's going to be a boss that just, like, jumps out at you. You can see all the blood trails. You just got to follow it over in the upper prison. We're level 11. Okay, so it should be a-okay. Usually when you do the league mechanic, which I plan to do just because it's like fun, and it's not like we really go that far back, you'll get more XP than you kind of need. So this one you really got to move because he has the ability to like grab you in, and then there's these spikes that pop out. And they can do massive amount of damage, like you get comboed. So if he does grab you, make sure you activate that steel skin. It will really help out. But since he's like, you can see the effectiveness in the chill where it's like 14, 15%. That's what I was saying, like it gives us a huge amount of survivability. Oh, cool. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one unless it has like move speed, because that would be really nice. But this one, like, I could throw a chrome on it if I get triple greens. Awesome. Oh, well, I didn't get triple greens. I could resell it. Maybe I'll re-roll it. It's kind of a waste, honestly, to re-roll these things in the very beginning. But sometimes I just do it because, like, I like that little rush of, oh, I got it in the very beginning. But yeah, I would more. It's probably more of an advisable like strategy to save them. Unless right now we have another 3-link coming up though in our bow with this. So once that like comes up, I'm gonna swap these boots out, so it's fine. So now we just gotta progress to the next area. Yeah, like I said, we will do all the quests that are considered important. And then there's the, there's the Dwell in the Deep and the Marooned Mariner, which we will also, like I said, we'll complete all the ones that are required. And I'll also put it in the pinned comment for like the quests that are important, things that you should do. And after we do the Caged Brute, this one, some of the chests will have a negative effect when you open them up, so be kind of careful on just opening them up. Alright, so we have this full thing filled. Let's go activate this. Like I said, I want to go down here. I want to get some sort of like mana recovery. Some people don't feel like it's necessary. I like it in the very beginning, so that means I don't have to like worry about mana, which would be really nice. Okay, your item is ready to be transformed. Okay, so that's nice. It lets me know when it's ready. So we have minus lightning resistance, but increased... Ooh, okay, that's actually really good. Big buff over here. Nice. I know you guys can't see the item, but it's fine. You'll see it in 1 second. I'll keep the copper sword. I'm just going to sell that item, because it sells for a chromatic, which I actually do want. So now I'm going to throw this over here, and we will continue. So what we got is we lose lightning resistance, but we get extra accuracy rating and 2 life and for each enemy hit. And more importantly, that extra massive amount of... So it's now 9 to 39. So good amount of extra damage that we will be dealing. And then I think... I can do this. This ring isn't that bad. I can do it in the ring. I probably will do it in the amulet. But like that one, I'm going to have to keep on swapping in and out. So I do like the league mechanic, though. It's really cool. Because it's like you're incubating an item and you don't know what it's going to do. But I definitely feel like if you don't do it on the second one... Oh, we got another iron ring. Alright, we're pretty much in the next area. Like, when I see that the next area is coming up... wait, I should put an item in here first. And then we go transform. I'll go buy another Jade Amulet, or I'll just get another amulet for the small time being. Wait, what the heck? Where'd those slippers go? Oh, so the item doesn't disappear, it's just since you're repositioned. That's kind of weird. Okay, so now we're at the ship graveyard.
Life and death live side by side.
But now we can get lightning arrow. You know what? Once we get the waypoint, we can swap the lightning arrow, and I'll show you guys what that skill looks like. Lightning arrow, I just feel like it clears content so much faster in the very beginning. But later we can come back to ice shot. More so, it's tornado shot that I am actually really excited about. Alright, here we go. We got the waypoint. We'll go back. After we do the Cage Brute quest, we will get a reward. So just go talk to everyone in town.
Goodbye.
So now we have melee splash. We can get lesser multiple projectiles, which is kind of the same as the volley. I wouldn't recommend using both of them, but I do want to do the added cold damage support gem, because that's kind of what I wanted to scale.
Goodbye.
We can also get added lightning damage, which is awesome. But I'm just going to talk to all of them. We got Whirling Blades, Blink Arrow, Smoke Mine. I like getting precision. Over the... Ooh, we don't have room. We can get rid of the Onslaught support for now. You can also check the vendors for like another set of items. More likely you won't get a 4-link in the first act.
What little help I can offer is yours.
Let's see. Okay, we don't have another ability to... Okay, I do want this mana regen. over what we have right now, so I'm gonna swap that out. That way I can just keep that thing incubating until it happens. Oh, this is actually really nice, but it costs an orb of transfer, so I don't have that. So I'm just gonna sell some of these items and give us some extra currency. Sun threshold, what is it, 12%? All I care about is the global physical damage on that. Now, I don't have a wand for that, but I wanted to show you some of the skills. If I can show you some of the skills that we pick up, sure. This is not like that bad. In fact, if I corrupt it, it makes it so we can't use like the colors changing things on it, so I probably don't really want it. It's not a bad pair of boots. This pair of boots we can modify as well. I'm just gonna throw that in there. I don't really need that at this point. And this we can identify, see if it's any better. So we've got way more armor, way more evasion rating. Also gives us fire resistance, which is kind of nice. We actually want to get cold resistance more than anything, because the boss, getting frozen is no fun.
God hasn't abandoned us.
Okay, so if you want to store items, you'll have a storage stash. Mine might look a little different because this game is a free-to-play game. However, it does offer the ability to buy stuff to hold more items, so there's definitely an advantage with that. But is it going to make it the biggest of deals? I would say not really. And keep in mind, you don't have to do every single quest in this game. But the important ones, Dweller in the Deep and the Marooned Mariner is the other important one. And to do that, it's just with Fairgraves, which is the next quest that we'll be doing. Again, check the pinned comment as I will be adding a bunch of stuff to that. Oh, you know, I forgot. The reason why I went back, because I had my notes up, because there's just so much stuff to cover in this game that, like, in like these short little 10-minute like videos of a beginner's guide, it's too hard to cover everything. But what we're gonna do is also purchase Lightning Arrow. If I believe we can get it now. Lightning. Oh, sometimes they move around what the requirements are for, but it used to be here. We can also get Vitality. Ooh, we don't. We do have a red. Nice. Okay, cool.
Goodbye. So
I'm going to show you guys two things that will, what's called reserve mana right now. And it's another newer mechanic that I like to have it on. If you hold control, you have a second layer of skills. I'm going to activate both of them, and you'll see my maximum mana is reduced. However, now I have extra accuracy, extra crit, and then on top of that, I have extra life regen. The amount of life regen is what? 10 life per second? That's pretty big in the very beginning.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And as you upgrade it, it will cost more mana. So that's Fairgraves. We'll talk to him later. We got to go to the bottom and get this other thing first. Oh, see, we got frozen over there. That's why I like having that cold resistance. It'll really help out with that. Well, that'll be maybe something that we can use. But you can see, we'll run out of mana a lot faster, but that's the give and take. So with the Vitality, I actually don't want to upgrade it. Just level 1 is totally fine. For me, right now at least. So there's an area in here. Oh, our item is ready to be transformed. Awesome. So let's transform this. So we gain strength, but we lose life. I mean, I'll take it. I do want to modify, like, every single thing in my inventory, I do want to modify. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Because we'll have a strength requirement to upgrade the red gems. So pretty much how it works is the blue gems require intelligence, the green ones require dexterity, and the red ones will require strength. We won't have to worry about dexterity pretty much at all for any of the gems, because our passive tree basically lets us get it for free. So this one's 70. Okay, we don't really need this. We can. I wonder if you can you put a flask in here? No. Okay. I don't believe you can corrupt a flask, so I didn't think you could, but you never know. It's a new mechanic. Might as well test it out. So what do we have in there now? We have something, right? Okay, we have the boots. See if we get that movement speed. That would be big. So we're gonna go to the Cavern of Wrath. Usually it's a... Okay, you know what? We need to do this. So it'll be... maybe down this way. So I like to get like maybe 1 point into precision until like later we can get better values for it. Because right now it's just going to absorb too much of my mana. I don't really want to do that. I just want it for just a little bit of accuracy in the very beginning. It's nice to have. You can get things that will reduce the cost of it. Well, we're not like an accuracy stacker, so it's not going to affect us that much right now. Okay, so we have a Scourge point. Here's where we need to go. I found it. So from the ship graveyard, we need to go and go to the ship graveyard cave. So let's put that passive point in. So we can get the increased cold damage. Right now we are dealing cold. I'm still trying to debate. You know what? I'm just going to go down here because we're going to get the lightning arrow pretty soon. I'd rather just get the Ellie resistances because we can get 15 here, and then we can also increase our elemental damage, which is... Cold is a form of elemental damage, so it's going to be nice. Originally, I was going to shoot for the cold damage, or it's like you get a chance to get Frenzy Charge on kill when you shatter the enemy. But I feel like Lightning Arrow will just... it is just going to be a little bit better. But one thing I should recommend, check the wiki. The wiki isn't always correct on everything, though, because they update the game faster than the wiki can update. But if you're looking for a very specific skill, or you prefer another skill that you've seen maybe from a video or something, check the wiki and it'll tell you like when you can get it. Like the skill that we want to use is called Tornado Shot, which we cannot get until later. It one, we cannot buy it now. Two, it has a level requirement that we do not have. So I'm gonna fill up this thing all the way, and then we're gonna find this like girl at the bottom. Alright, so this thing's full. Let's go activate it.
My mana is gone.
You see, like mana is kind of rough, especially when you have like Steel Skin. You got all the like other buffs going that are reserving mana. It takes a while. Oh, I think our thing is ready to be checked up on. There's no enemies here, like, at all. Oh, there's a nice little buckler. Oh, so I think I noticed how it works. So does it always put you back where you, when you started activating it? Watch out for this. But yeah, the ability to freeze things is just so nice. This has 2 greens. Could be maybe used. I don't know what our helm's currently... 24 evasion. So now we can go back. Let's see, yeah. Okay. It's really not going to be that much of a difference. I could throw it in the Crucible thing. So we have a Scourge skill point. I'm going to put it back into the Jewelry one because I want to do that as fast as possible. And our item is ready to be transformed. So we're going to hit transform and see what we get. We got... minus evasion rating. We got... oh no, it's plus evasion, minus fire res. We have increased move speed. That's all you needed to say. That's all you needed to say, and I'm already all about that. Next up, we have helmet and gloves to modify. I already have a helmet equipped. I don't have an extra pair of gloves, so we'll do it this way. Let's see what this gives us. So I'm curious to see, like, when it modifies it, because it corrupts it, does it almost always goes yellow at least, which is good. All right, so let's go back to Fairgraves, which was, I think it was like somewhere around here. And yep, the Marooned Mariner. So now that we have this, we talk to him. Just gonna, oh, you know what? This, where's my ballista? Okay, there we go. Oh, I don't have room for vitality. I want vitality. I'd almost prefer it over Steel Skin. What's this do? Oh, it doesn't matter. I need two reds anyways. I'll swap off Steel Skin for it. I'd rather have Vitality, because Vitality is just always active, where the other one is, like, I'll have to manually activate it. But it's fine. It's just something that we'll save for, you know, later. And that's totally fine in this game. In the very beginning, you're going to be moving things around a lot. But we can get extra elemental damage. We can get the Mana Leech. And then we could actually get a... I actually want to get this Mastery first, though. And this will also give us more damage.
Please understand, as a gentleman of honor, it pains me greatly to do this.
So we're going to kill Fairgraves.
Sure, were the circumstances reversed.
And fusing, that's good. So what a fusing orb will do is it'll link your items. I wouldn't recommend using them at all, though, in the very beginning, because it's much better just to trade them, and you'll get way more potential. Grab this, maybe identify it, get some extra gold. With Vitality, sure. I'll put it in like maybe 2 points into it. And so now that we've completed that quest, I'm gonna go back, and we will get a skill point, since I'm right here anyways. It's like pretty much right there. Like I said, feel free to leave the game and rejoin. Depending on your PC's load speed, it can be faster just to leave the game versus like
God hasn't
going
abandoned
back.
us.
So we have Toxic Rain, Rain of Arrows, Lightning Strike, Siege Ballista. I like Siege Ballista. Elemental Hit can be very good as well. Lightning Arrow is what I want, though, because it's so good. It really is so good. Usually it was Cage Brute, but they moved this, I guess, scale down one more. So instead of Ice Shot now, we're going to be using Lightning Arrow. I think it's just way better, at least right now. And then we could still level this up. It's not bad if I had room for it. There we go. We can put that all together. Actually, I think we could throw added cold damage with the Shrapnel Ballista. I'd rather do that, so it becomes a little bit stronger. I don't really feel like I need Onslaught in there. It's just a waste of the mana multiplier, at least as of right now. But I can type in sup, and I can see what all the other support gems are, see if there's anything that would be good. Chance to Flee. I don't have a Transmute, so I can't really make use of that. But it looks like we're pretty much good to go. If I had the ability to buy that, I'd buy it so I can start leveling it up. But let's see, 4 to life, 58, 58. Let's go sell some of these items. And you'll see also, I'm going to sell just this. And if I sell this item, you can see what it's giving me, which is just this Transmutation Shard, right? But if I identify the item, what does it sell for now? 12 alterations. Could be better. We just want to use bows, so I'm not going to use that. Got another item over here. Just gives me dex. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this in the Crucible and see what we get with it, because I want to modify like one of each, if that makes any sense. So we're going to talk to Vestal. You can also click on the item, which is how I just grab it real fast. Makes it a little bit easier. We can have a chance to freeze, shock, and ignite. That can be actually like a little bit better in the very beginning. But I like the effect of non-damaging ailments also being increased. What that means is like when we shock the enemies, it will, well, we're going to have shock already. In the very beginning, this one actually probably would scale better. But the effect of non-damaging ailments, specifically for Brittle, is what I really want to scale. So now we're back at the ship graveyard. And we are going to keep on progressing. And we're almost done with this act. Like I said, the first act is a lot longer. Oh, we need to actually use the Lightning Arrow. So this is what Lightning Arrow does. Where the animation didn't even pop up. But what Lightning Arrow does is it hits 3 enemies next to it. And it just scales so well at the very beginning. We're like moving super slow because there's tar on the ground. So we still have both of our buffs. And if we get another red socket, we can equip that Steel Skin again. I was hoping maybe we can get 2 levels for this boss fight. Actually, it'd be 3. But you can see, like, Lightning Arrow just it deletes content so much faster. Maybe that's why they moved it back 1. I think we gotta go this way. So let's Cool. And always click on the chest in the very beginning. I think it's usually worth it. Oh, you know what? We have this. To the next. Oh, it's gonna reset it. I wanted to get the benefit of this, but again, when you rezone to the next area, that's why sometimes I'm thinking it might be better just whenever it activates on the first half, just activate it, whatever. But we're pretty much coming to the end of this act, and we'll be in Act 2 very soon. Act 3 is when we will be getting our, like, awesome skill. But if you like the ice shot, hey, stick with ice shot. That's totally cool. Play what you want to play. But stick kind of with bow and lightning, fire, or cold. Otherwise, you could get kind of stuck. And in this game, there's no free, I messed up, can I reset my character's tree? No. This game is a little bit more old school on that, and it's like, okay, you make another character, or you gotta invest into it. Oh, a treasure chest. Oh, it's a trap.
One rung closer to the top of the food chain.
Let's go summon a bunch of these totems. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to hit, like, actually it's going to be 2 more levels to get the 15 cold resistance. What's our cold resistance? Oh, it's negative. Awesome. That's not very good. Does this affect it? Is this, no, it doesn't affect the resistances. Okay, well, I mean, I could activate it in here. This is a really bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyways because I'm down for it. Oh, the boss doesn't even spawn in. Oh, okay. I was actually kind of wondering, would it make the boss harder? Oh, there's more monsters. That's it? Oh, okay. So she will hit really, really hard, and if you get frozen, it's a no good. It's a very no good thing. Especially since I have negative resistances. She has 2 forms. The first form isn't really that bad. You can just like walk around. It's just this form where there's a bunch of tornadoes that come out after this one is where it actually becomes like a little bit risky. But just keep moving on the first form. This is the form that'll be a little bit more challenging. So there's these little tornadoes, ice things that come up, water. Just don't stand too close to those and you'll be fine. Kind of see where those lines are. Like these little pillars, I guess is what I could call them too. Just keep on summoning those totems, the shrapnel ballistas, and you'll get her down fast. I think Lightning Arrow's about to level up too. Nice. There we go. And she
Your
is
love for a
down.
man. That's
So
what
some
did this to you,
boots.
Mervale.
Okay. And we have another large mana flask. Let's go ahead and replace the other one. Wait. We want to place the medium one. There we go. And then this one has extra quality, which can give us extra HP. It's not like really that big of a difference, honestly. But that is the final boss of Act 1. But we're going to get to Act 2. Get the waypoint real quick. But yeah, like the only time that we died in this part, I guess, was when we got like frozen, and it's just unfortunate. Usually it just doesn't happen. Usually I don't die until like towards the very end of the campaign. But like I said, if you die, it's just really no big deal at all. Let's just activate this. See if we can get the upgrade on the Crucible. I don't really want the knife. I'm not sure if the chests have better drop chance with the thing opening up. these monkeys. Ooh, there we go. Another quiver. Nice. Oh wait, do I have anything in the Crucible? Yeah, I do. And it's going to be hopefully ready to transform. It's the helmet. Unlucky. So how's it doing right now? Alright. I want the ones... I don't really care too much about the global accuracy rating. Right now I just want... Specifically there's like the base of an item. And the base of the item that I like is the ones that will give me some sort of damage. You see he's 32% effectiveness of the shock. And that's what gives us so much damage. And on top of that lightning arrow, it hits... where'd it say? Fires projectiles from up to 2 points on each side of you. And then also hits 2 targets or something like that. Oh yeah, it hits up to 3 additional enemies near the target. That's why I like it so much. It's really good for multiple targets. Ice shot, it hits in a cone. Let's activate this. Oh, we're at the very end anyways. Looks like that's probably all we're gonna get off that one. Alright, woo, we're in Act 2 now, and from here on out, the acts will be much shorter. It's just the very first part of the playthrough, because I'm explaining a lot of things. I kind of had like a long intro. Wow, it's really laggy. But like I said, if it's laggy or anything, day one or you'd get disconnected. We actually did disconnect once, which was kind of a nice surprise. There was definitely some lag, but it's just the server issues are going to be slammed with a lot of new players in the very first week. But next part, we're going to start maybe purchasing some items with some of the currency, maybe with some of these fusers or alterations. We can get very like low level unique items. Kind of think of it as a legendary item in Diablo if you've played Diablo before. But like they're just really cheap items, and if you can't afford them, don't worry. But like I said, that's where we're gonna start off on our next part of our full walkthrough on Act 2, Part 2. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed Part 1 of the play session here. If you enjoyed it, drop a like on it on your way out. And if you're new here and you want to be up to date on this game on Part 2, which will be uploaded very soon, hit subscribe, turn the bell, and it'll be uploaded very soon. And take care, and I'll see you guys in the next part of our playthrough. Peace.